Welcome to the platform. First, log in using the admin credentials to access the admin dashboard. After successfully logging in, navigate to the FI registration module from the left-hand menu. Enter the financial institution details by providing the FI ID and all required registration information in the form. Carefully review the register the financial institution successfully. The newly registered financial institution is now available within the platform for further configuration and user management. User management next. Navigate to the User Management module from the left-hand menu. Once the page opens, you will notice that the financial institution that was previously registered is now available in the FI selection list. To create a new user, enter the required information including the username, password, email address, branch code, and assign the appropriate authorities and permissions based on the user's role and responsibilities. After completing all mandatory fields, click the Create button to create the user account successfully. The newly created user will then appear in the User Management table below. From this section, administrators can manage existing users by enabling or disabling user access whenever required. Administrators can also add new authorities, remove existing authorities, and update user permissions based on operational requirements. Whenever an authority is added, removed, or a user status is changed, the system displays a confirmation message indicating that the action has been completed successfully. This ensures that user access, permissions, and administrative changes are properly managed and recorded within the platform. Now click on the GEO Overview menu. Here you can view fraud risk distribution across India using an interactive map. The map is divided by states, and each state is assigned a color based on its fraud risk level. Simply click on any state to drill down and view detailed fraud insights for that specific region. On the right side, the selected state's district-level fraud risk map will be displayed. The color legend at the bottom helps you understand the risk levels. Red indicates very high risk. Orange indicates high risk. Yellow indicates medium risk. Blue indicates low risk. By looking at the colors and percentages, After selecting a state, the dashboard displays district-level fraud analysis. Each district is color-coded according to its risk score, making it easy to identify fraud hotspots within the selected state. Below the district map, a heat map shows fraud spikes at the PIN code level. Darker colors indicate a higher concentration of. Next, we have the date range pairs network view. Using the filters at the top, administrators can analyze transaction networks for a specific time period. The network graph dynamically updates based on the selected date range, allowing users to track changes in payer-beneficiary relationships over time. The accompanying leaderboards provide detailed rankings and transaction metrics, helping identify emerging risk patterns and suspicious behavior within a selected period. Finally, we arrive at the Suspicious Multi-Network dashboard. This feature enables administrators to analyze complex transaction networks across multiple connected entities. Users can filter data by node ID and date range to investigate specific groups or transaction chains. The network visualization highlights root nodes and their connected entities, making it easier to uncover hidden relationships, fraud rings, and coordinated suspicious activities. By analyzing these interconnected networks, investigators gain deeper visibility into potential fraud schemes and can take targeted action more effectively. Now click on the Compliance/Audit Report menu. This section provides a complete audit trail of activities performed within the platform. Administrators can review detailed records of user actions, system events, configuration changes, approvals, and monitoring activities. The audit reports help organizations maintain regulatory compliance by providing full visibility into who performed an action, when it occurred, and what changes were made. Using the available filters and search options, administrators can quickly locate specific records, investigate suspicious activities, and generate reports for compliance reviews and internal audits. This centralized audit repository ensures transparency, accountability, and effective governance across the entire fraud monitoring platform. Now click on Configure Transaction Alert. Here, administrators can configure transaction alert rules and thresholds. The system automatically generates alerts whenever suspicious transactions match the configured conditions. Now we are in the Alert View section, where all generated alerts can be monitored and reviewed in real time. Select any alert to view its detailed investigation information. Next, open Digital ID registration to register and manage digital IDs within the platform. Published Whitelist UUID displays all approved Whitelist UUIDs available for monitoring and verification. View Original Digital ID allows users to access and review the original digital ID records and details. Next, open FI registration to manage financial institution onboarding and registration information. FI Decision Policy enables administrators to configure institution-specific risk rules and decision policies. Finally, in User Management, administrators can create users, assign permissions, and manage platform access. Now we will log out from the SuperAdmin account. Click on the Profile menu and select Logout to securely exit the current session. Next, enter the FI admin credentials and click Login. Once authenticated, the FI admin dashboard is displayed, providing access to institution-specific fraud monitoring, alerts, reports, and administrative functions. After logging in as FI admin, we can access institution-level administrative functions and monitoring tools. First, open Next, click on the User Management menu from the left navigation panel. This section allows administrators to create and manage system users. To create a new user, simply fill in the required details such as username, password, email ID, financial institution, user authorities, and branch code. Once all details are entered, click the Create button. Click the Create button to register the new user. The new user is now successfully created and can access the platform according to the assigned permissions and authorities. After creating the user, the newly added user record appears in the User Management table. Here, administrators can view important user details, including the username, email address, branch code, and institution information. The system also displays the authorities and permissions assigned to the user, making access management simple and transparent. Administrators can verify that the correct roles and access levels have been assigned according to the user's responsibilities. At the top of the screen, the admin session information confirms that the user has been successfully created and added to the platform. This ensures the user is ready to access the system with the permissions assigned by the administrator. Now, log out from the current FI admin's approval status to view whitelist approval information available to this user. Next, Digital ID registration allows the user to access and manage digital ID records according to their assigned role. Published Whitelist UUID displays approved Whitelist UUID records available within the institution. View Original Digital ID provides access to original digital ID information and verification details. Next, open Compliance and Audit Report to review authorized audit records and system activities. Configure Monitoring Events allows the user to view or manage monitoring rules based on their assigned permissions. Finally, configure and locate the newly created sub-user from the user list. To grant additional permissions, click the Add Authority option and select the required authority based on the user's responsibilities. After selecting the authority, save the changes. The system updates the user's permissions immediately. Next, let's remove an authority. Click the Remove Authority option next to the assigned permission. Confirm the action to remove the selected authority from the user's profile. The User Management table now reflects the updated authority assignments for the selected user. To verify the changes, review the user's profile and confirm that the added authority appears correctly and the removed authority is no longer listed. This demonstrates how FI admins can efficiently manage user permissions, ensuring that each user has the appropriate level of access required for their role. Now, open the Digital ID registration module to create a new digital ID record within the platform. Begin by entering all required customer information, including identification details and other mandatory registration fields. Next, provide the necessary customer profile information and complete all required data fields displayed on the registration form. Carefully review the entered information to ensure the details are accurate, complete, and compliant with registration requirements. Once all mandatory information has been provided, click the Register button to submit the Digital ID registration request. The platform processes the registration and successfully creates the digital ID record. Next, open the digital IDYC360 whitelist module to submit a digital ID for whitelist approval. Begin by selecting the required digital ID and enter all mandatory whitelist request information. Complete the required fields, including the reason for whitelisting and any additional information required by the institution. Carefully review the details before submission to ensure the information is accurate and complete. Click Submit for approval to send the whitelist request for administrative review. The request is now successfully submitted and appears in the pending approval queue. Next, switch to the FI admin account and open the whitelist approval status section. Locate the newly submitted whitelist request and review the associated digital ID details and approval information. After verification, click Approve to authorize the whitelist request and publish the approved UUID. Once approved, the digital IDUUID is successfully added to the whitelist and becomes available for monitoring, verification, and future reference within the platform. Now log in as the sub-user and open the whitelist approval status module. Here, the user can view the whitelist request that was previously approved by the FI admin. The status of the request is now displayed as approved, confirming that the review process has been completed successfully. Select the approved record to review the approved whitelist UUID available within the platform. The system processes the request and updates the whitelist publication status automatically. The record now appears with a published status, indicating that the whitelist UUID has been successfully published. This confirms that the approved digital IDUUID is now active and available for monitoring, verification, and institutional use. Now the sub-user opens the digital ID module to search for and access a registered digital ID record. Using the available search options, the user can locate a digital ID by entering the required identifier or search criteria. Once the digital ID is selected, the system displays the complete digital ID profile and associated information. The user can review registration details, digital ID information, UUID records, and other relevant customer data available within the profile. Additional information, status details, and related records can also be viewed for verification and monitoring purposes. This provides users with a comprehensive view of the digital ID and all associated information stored within the platform. Now log in as the FI admin and open the pending digital ID request from the approval queue. Review the request details, associated digital ID information, and supporting data before making a decision. Click Approve to authorize the request, or select Reject if the request does not meet the required criteria. Once the action is completed, the system displays a confirmation message indicating that the request has been successfully approved or rejected. Next, open the Compliance and Audit Report section. This module provides a complete audit trail of user activities, approvals, and system actions. Now click on Configure Monitoring Events to create a new monitoring event. Enter all required event information, including the event name, monitoring criteria, thresholds, and risk conditions. Configure the event settings according to the monitoring requirements and review the details before submission. Click Save or Add Event to create the monitoring event and activate it within the platform. Return to the admin dashboard to verify that the newly created monitoring event has been successfully added. The dashboard now reflects the new event, confirming that the monitoring configuration has been successfully applied. Next, review the admin section to verify the digital ID that was previously registered within the platform. The digital ID record is displayed along with its associated information, confirming that the registration was completed successfully and is now available within the system.
Next, navigate to the Transaction Simulator module. This feature helps visualize and analyze how transactions are processed within the platform and how risk detection mechanisms respond to various transaction scenarios. Alert Details. Review. Finally, review the Alert Details section. Here you can examine the complete alert information, including risk scores, triggered monitoring rules, transaction patterns, and the factors that contributed to the alert generation. High-risk alert investigation. Here we can see that a high-risk alert has been generated by the system. To investigate further, click on the alert icon and open the Alert Details page. This section provides comprehensive information about the detected suspicious activity, including risk indicators, alert severity, and associated transaction data.